I'm Bradley and this is Mia.
Today we are reporting the latest news taking place at Herne High School.
Today's reports will be on our amazing sports facilities at Herne High School. Our musical is happening in July. Also, our World Book Day. Just wait until you see all the incredible things we did in that week. First we have International Women's Day.
For International Women's Day, loads of celebrities like Emma Watson, J.K. Rowling and loads more are getting into action, supporting all women around the world, letting their voices be heard. To raise awareness, Herne High School have been putting on performances and assemblies all week, advertising the International Women's Day procession, which will be taking place on March the 12th at 2 p.m. on Herne High Street.
This week we have had a privilege of watching our girls' dance, drama and music companies perform beautifully in our assemblies.
So, are we equals? Until the answer is yes, we must never stop asking.
Climb the mountain and I turned around. And I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills to the land.
Hello, I'm Lauren and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to interview Mrs. Wilson about International Women's Day. What made you get involved in International Women's Day?
Oh, thanks, Lauren. Well, it's something that I feel very strongly about, that boys and girls should be treated equally. And there's a very long history of how women haven't been. And I think it's wonderful that we have something where we can think about all the females all over the world and the fact that they're not treated equally and how we can make the world a fairer, better place.
Interesting. How many people do you expect at Saturday's procession?
I think that's a very good question. We don't really know. I think it will be a few hundred. We've been working with people in the town, and there's a lot of interest in females that are going to be going on the parade. So I think it's going to be very interesting. It's the first time Herne Bay has done something like this as well.
Very interesting. Now, if we wanted to take part, what would we need to do?
Well, you can just bring yourself along and you can watch the parade. It's leaving at 2 o'clock from the HSBC Bank, where the old town hall used to be, where Christabel Pankhurst gave her speech to the women in the town in 1910. So, you know, anywhere along the route, going from there to the seafront. At 2:15, you could just turn up to the seafront by the clock tower and watch the performance where we recreate the suffragette speech that Christabel did with our girls. And it then goes along to the beach creative art exhibition. Okay, so you can just come along and watch at any point there, or if you quite like and your mums and dads are quite happy, you could dress up in a little bit of Edwardian costume and actually take part in the parade, or you know, join the end of it if you'd like to sort of march with the ladies.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Mrs. Wilson.
Hello, I'm Tyrion and I'm here today with Miss Spencer to discuss her involvement with International Women's Day. So first of all, are you a feminist?
Yes, I am, although I think a lot of people do misunderstand the word. It's not about man-hating, it's not about being anti-men at all. It's about looking for equality for people of all genders, all ages, all races. So I think maybe a better word is I am egalitarian. I want equality.
And also, why do you feel so deeply about feminism?
As I said in my assembly, I think that, you know, we're very lucky in this country. We have access to quality healthcare for both genders. We have access to all levels of education. We're able to vote, we're able to work, and women worldwide aren't as lucky as us in this country. But also, what made me really cross is finding out that there is still a pay gap between men and women in this country, and last year women effectively worked for free from November the 9th to the end of the year, and that made me quite cross.
And finally, how do you feel our country could achieve fuller gender equality?
Well, addressing the pay gap is definitely one thing. I think it's really important that things like childcare responsibilities are shared more between men and women, because I think, you know, there are a lot of men out there who perhaps want more involvement with looking after their children. I think there's lots of little things that we can do as well, is like using sort of more gender neutral language when talking about each other, and making sure that we're not using insulting terms towards other girls. That's a really important issue that I spoke about last year during International Women's Day, not using derogatory language towards other girls, and making it okay for girls to be nasty to other girls, and thus making it okay for everyone to be nasty about girls.
Thank you. So thank you for your time, Miss Spencer.
No worries.
Back to Mia in the studio.
Thank you, Tegan and Lauren, for the lovely interviews. Our next topic is Back to the 80s, which is this year's musical.
Hello, my name is Lauren and I'm here today interviewing Mr. Jones about the upcoming musical Back to the 80s. So, Mr. Jones, why did you choose to do this musical?
We chose as a department to do this musical because we felt it was very upbeat, very fun, and had lots of songs that are very recognisable to the students in the school. Even though it's set way over before the time where most of you were born, if not all of you were born, we still think everybody knows the songs for the radio, and it's a real good feel, good kind of musical, lots of comedy, lots of silliness, and hopefully be really enjoyable for all the audiences to come and see.
Okay, very interesting. So, what are your highlights of the 80s?
My highlights of the 80s. I was only 3 in 1980, and therefore 13 by the time it got to the end. So my highlights were just growing up, having fun, enjoying time with my friends, and having lots of freedom, which is probably a lot of things that you guys don't get a lot of nowadays, unfortunately.
So, what is the basic moral of the musical, or what is the outcome of it?
A moral? Oh gosh. I don't think it's that moralistic, apart from make sure you have a good time and stay true to yourself. The whole play is told as a flashback, a bit of a memory, a reminiscence for the lead character, and I think the main thing he comes back at is just saying what great times he had when he was at high school. So I guess if there is a moral, enjoy your time when you're at school, take advantage of the opportunities, and they will probably be the things that make you as a person when you get older into adult life.
Okay, thank you very much. So, lastly, when and where is the musical being showcased?
It will be shown in the second week of July, which I believe is the 6th, 7th, 8th of July. I should know these dates already. Towards the end of term, it's going to be showcased here in our Bay Theatre, and it's going to be a really, really exciting event. So we hope lots of the school people come. We hope lots of parents and carers come, even if you're not in the show, and anybody who lives in the local area, because I think it's going to be a great show and really, really highlight the amazing talents of our performing artists in this school.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. So that's Mr. Jones. I'm Lauren. Now back to the studio.
Hello, I'm Joseph and I'm reporting on this year's musical taking place at Herne Bay High School. Today I'm interviewing Mrs. Short, who is a music teacher at Herne Bay High. Hello, Mrs. Short.
Hi, Joe.
Why the 80s you picked for the musical?
We're doing a show called Back to the 80s, which is, in the title, a totally awesome musical. It's a really fun piece because it incorporates lots of different types of students, so it's a big ensemble number. It's set in a high school, and it talks about all the tribulations that students have to go through, like friendship groups and love, and trying to get through growing up, basically. So it should be good fun.
Okay. What songs are going to feature in this year's musical?
You've got lots of different musical numbers, all from the 80s. People like Kim Wilde's Kids in America. We've got Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, Lionel Richie's Dancing on the Ceiling, and it all ends with a nice big medley of I've Had the Time of My Life from Dirty Dancing.
Okay. Are you enjoying preparing for the musical?
I am. It's been early days at the start, but the students have been very enthusiastic. It's been really nice to work with Mr. Jones from the drama department, and we're having good fun trying to prepare everyone and prepare ourselves for what will happen in July.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Back to the studio.
Hello, and today we are reporting from Herne Bay High School, and I'm here with the lovely Miss Browning in the RE department. Hello, Miss Browning.
Hello, Brad.
How are you involved in this year's school musical?
I decided that I wanted to be part of it, even as an RE teacher. I love musicals, so I'm helping out backstage, I'm helping people with their lines and the music and making sure that all goes swimmingly.
Okay, next question. As you're an RE teacher, what inspired you to be involved in this year's musical?
I've always loved musicals. I was always part of them when I was at school, always one of the leading roles. So I love being part of drama and love seeing what the children can do.
Do you particularly enjoy 80s music?
Well, I wasn't a child of the 80s, I'm a little bit younger than that, but I love Bon Jovi and musical and that kind of thing. So some of the music is new to me, but most of it, I love classic 80s music.
Okay, thank you, Miss Browning. And we are reporting from Herne High School, and bye-bye, see you soon.
Next is Lauren giving us a brief overview of World Book Day 2016.
World Book Day took place last week, on Thursday the 3rd of March. To celebrate, our LRC put on an array of reading events, including quizzes and games. Even our teacher dressed up as her favourite characters.
Thank you, Lauren. That was very informative. Now to Mia for the weather.
We are looking to have a sunny day today, with highs of 8 degrees. However, the night is looking partly cloudy at some points, with lows of 3 degrees.
Now to Joe and the rest of the news crew with an overview of sports at Herne High School.
At Herne High School we have a load of activities that students can take part in. Here we have Mr Ferreira. So, what kind of clubs are available at Herne High?
We offer a range of clubs. We do lots of different things, so from badminton to skating to five-a-side football, and we also offer, but it just depends on the time of year and it changes throughout the year. So we do summer sports when it comes after Easter, so like rounders, cricket, and we do some athletics training as well. So there's lots of clubs on offer for lots of different students to do.
What types of sports do you teach?
So I teach lots of different sports. I mean, it ranges from swimming, trampolining, climbing, but we have such a different curriculum, and it depends on the year group. And I mean, we try and offer as much sport as possible, so every student can enjoy something that they take part in.
Are there opportunities for students to become sports leaders, and what does this involve?
Okay, so the Sports Leader program's been running, it's been really successful the last couple of years, so Mr Scorer actually is in charge of that. I mean, within the morning we have mentor sports, so lots of mentor groups go against each other, and then also there's certain leaders that get trained up and they then come and lead the activities. So there is an opportunity, and this gets reviewed every year, and it's really good.
Okay, thank you for your time, Mr Ferreira.
Thank you very much.
Okay, this is the arena where we do such things as roller skating. Woo! And we do roller hockey here. We can get the basketball hoops out and do basketball. Also netball. And badminton. They also set the badminton up. And we just skate around in circles. Like this.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.